Hello, everyone. Sorry if my voice sounds a bit tired. It's been a long day, so yeah. How is everyone doing today? Welcome to the stream. Today I'm basically tired because I walked around 10 kilometers and I ate a buttload of sushi. So yeah. Will you be EP because of that? Well worth it, but I overate. So yeah, I haven't even had dinner because I'm still so full from lunch. I've only been drinking water and tea. So yeah. Fun times. Plus, I drove a lot, so yeah. Today we are gonna have a really nice chill stream. Hey Lilac, how are you? How have you been? It's been a while since we talked. uh, you're a kitty patootie. Sorry, just drinking some tea. Oh, but yeah, you can kind of notice in my voice that I'm a bit tired. I'm alright, full of pizza, but okay. How about you? I'm full of sushi from lunch. We went for what's it called? A buffet of sushi, and we essentially ate a buttload of sushi. At the end of it, we decided let's go have a jog to just mow down the calories. And yeah. Oh, FR, sorry about that. You need to type a message after the command itself. So in this case, it would be something like Tulip, say hi to chat. Because otherwise it won't recognize anything. Yeah, you should have a lot of points still. If not, I can give points. But yeah. Exactly like that. We need to go eat sushi too. Yeah. Yeah. When you're here, let's make some plans to go eat sushi. Oh, okay. Sorry about that, Fries. Sorry, I butchered your name. But yeah, Lilac, when you're here, let's go to sushi. There's a really nice place in Lisbon that we can eat a lot of sushi. And yeah, the base price for the buffet is like 16 euros, I think. Um, Today, let's just say we spent a lot more than that, but we also had a lot of drinks and a lot of desserts, which aren't covered by the base price. But besides that, you can actually eat a lot. What am I doing? Right now, I'm chilling a bit. I'm gonna get into coding soon. I also have some things to react to. But yeah, sounds perfect to me. Sushi and yeah. That's gonna be fun. But yeah, I'm just gonna say that this, you're gonna love it there. Like, we ate, I'm not even going to joke, we ate like maybe 25 pieces of sushi each. We had, let's just say, it was like a cheesecake, but it wasn't really made with cream cheese and everything. It was like a base of cookie. Then you had what's it called? Basically a slab of strawberry ice cream. But okay, now I'm jealous. Yeah, I haven't even finished talking about it. Um, Fries. It needs to be exclamation mark Daisy and then a message. Otherwise, it doesn't detect. It will just keep removing points. Let me see if I can restore points. I don't remember the command. Give me a second. Add points. Okay, how do I add points? I think it was something like add points. Yes, that's what we are. Let's give you back 100 points. See if that works. Ugh. Okay. Add points. Price. VR plus 100. And I need to mess around with the commands for this. Okay, you have the points back now. Let me just see if I missed any message. I don't care, I'm jealous. But yeah. Besides that strawberry thing, as I was saying, it had a slab of like this strawberry smoothie kind of thing in the ice form. This is making good thumbnails. Okay, this time it was fast. Okay, good. That ice cream kind of thing had even a whipped cream that was made with vanilla on top of it. Whipped cream, or it was actually like a sorbet of lime, and it was so good. We also had a tiramisu, a matcha tiramisu, and we had a fried banana. If you don't know me, I love fried banana. Like, when I go to a Brazilian buffet, I normally like grab like a few of them because paired with the steak and fries and everything like that, amazing. So yeah, if you like those sort of foods, this restaurant, amazing for it. Oh my god, no, stop talking, I'm craving. Come to Portugal then. But yeah, it was a really good experience. Okay, go ahead, fries. Do what you need to do. Um, feel it. Fried banana is the best. I know, right? Oh my god. But in this restaurant, it was a bit of a weird combination. You know how fried ice cream has that shell that's made with what's it called? Some sort of dough that's a bit crunchy. They use that one instead of the normal like putting breadcrumbs to fry the fried banana to do the fried banana, and on top of it they like drizzled salted caramel and sesame seeds. It was a weird combo. Buy me the fly and I'm on my way. I'll think about your case. Uh, and fries, yeah, that doesn't work. It filters out for moderators, so only the mods have power for that. But yeah, you're gonna love it, Lilac. Trust me. It's gonna be a lovely time. But yeah, get ready to eat a lot and get ready for it to be a bit more on the expensive side. Because yeah, if you order a lot of like side dishes or ice creams, desserts, drinks, it piles up. Oh wait, no, you can you can drive to Germany with the car. Pick me up. Are you paying for the gas? Because golly, from here to Germany, it's like let me do some brain math. I think it's like 6,000 kilometers approximately, give or take. Let's see. New private window. So I don't like reveal my location ish. Yeah. Let's do from Lisbon. Directions. Let's say. I'm trying to think about a city in Germany. Yeah. Fair enough, Lilac. Fair enough. Let me see. What would be like a city in Germany? Screw it. I'm just gonna put Germany itself. See how much it is. Hey, Mandy, welcome on in. So, from Lisbon to Germany, more or less in the center of Germany, it's 2.5 thousand kilometers. Wait. Huh. I see Melodies here. Welcome on in. You two are really on the air sound today. Do you guys forget the pipes? Huh, don't move. I am getting home in 20 minutes. Yes, boss. Wait, I'm the boss. Uh, but yeah, was a really good day, honestly. Though, yeah, as I said, after lunch, we kind of had, we kind of did a 9 kilometer, like, thing. For God's sake. I almost pressed a button by mistake. What was that? Oh, tell Leo to hold his horses. Huh. I'll hold them. There's the metal pipes. A redeem hydrate. Okay, I'll hydrate. Give me a second. But yeah, as I was saying, I did like 10 kilometers after the lunch. Yeah, that took a lot out of me. I forgot I put passion fruit flavor in my water yesterday. Very good tasting, not gonna lie. But yeah, was very fun, honestly. We got to chat a lot. We got to walk a lot. Cause yeah, for those that don't know, there's a few zones in. Yeah, you're a VTuber, like I know. Sometimes the tracking misses because I'm at a weird angle. Let me position the phone a bit better. Come to Dokumi next year. Uh, if I can get some vacations and the money to go there, I might consider. Who knows? But yeah, take your time. We wait for you in Lisbon. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, you're gonna eat a lot, by the way. Trust me. We're gonna take you to Belém, and you're gonna eat. I've mentioned this cake in stream a few times. I know, Lilac, I know. Is there more exclamation comments? Not really at the moment. There's only exclamation mark Daisy and exclamation mark Tulip. They both do the same thing. So yeah. On what I was saying, here in Lisbon, in Belém specifically, there's two types of pastries that are amazing. There's a beer cake, that's basically a pastry made with beer, actually. It does tastes just a bit bitter from the beer, but it's so amazing. And there's pastel de Belém, which is, of course, something similar to our pastel de nata, which is essentially an egg tart, but not exactly an egg tart, but it's usually translated to egg tart. What about point? Oh, but that command is just check the points. That's basically it. Nothing more. But yeah, we're gonna take you to so many places, like if we have the time. So yeah, get ready for that. No, beer is not my thing. I like Okay, fair enough. But when I say beer cake and it being made with beer, you barely notice the taste of beer. Like it has this bitter tanginess to it, but the sweet covers most of it, so it's quite enjoyable to eat. Trust me. And yeah, there's a lot of things you will need to explore. Trust me on that one. Regarding drinks, I'm not very much into Bacardi, but anyways, let's get some drinks then. Fair enough. I don't know many bars, but we can try and look for some interesting stuff. Hey Blake, I'm good. How are you? I'm basically just yapping a bit before I start game development, since my moderator told me to hold my horses. So yeah, I'm holding my horses at the moment. But yeah, regarding drinks, I'm more into whiskey and then I stay in Germany. Sorry. I can try to find some interesting bars. I'm gonna use my points for next stream, okay? Okay, no worries. Those points accumulate for throughout all streams, so unless Tulip and Daisy are offline for some reason, you still have the points. Am I the only one that gets an error? I think so. Because on my side it seems fine. Let me see. Can't see anything. Refreshing. Seems fine on my end. Okay. What were you saying? Wish I wasn't. Also, Black. No, just a joke. I'm not a drinking person, but I want bubble tea again. I know the perfect places for that. They're a bit on the expensive side, but they're good. Trust me on that one. Besides that, there's a lot of like places to eat ramen, to eat sushi. Also, thank you for the follow, Naps. Right now I'm just yapping a bit to start the stream, but soon enough we're gonna go into game dev. You want me even more poor than I am, I see. There's a lot of free places we can visit as well, a lot of good parks. There's a lot of monuments you can visit for free, I think. So yeah, you're gonna have a lot of things to see, trust me. It's gonna be fun. But yeah. I can't wait for you to be here. It's gonna really be fun, trust me. But yeah. Besides that, how has my week been? I've been doing some changes to Code Tulip. I've worked a bit on a sort of tile set. I've basically cleaned up the existing tile set that it had. I've worked on the lighting system to... No worries, Naps. Apologies. I, from time to time, will hiccup. It's normal. I just am the kind of guy that hiccups for whatever reason. So yeah. Especially since I drank a lot of water and tea, so yeah. Me neither. But we'll take a bit until I visit, but I am worth the wait. I can imagine. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, as I was saying, I've been working on Code Tulip, my 2D Metroidvania. I've messed around with the lighting system, and I've built a scene transition that works from the main scene to this one. What are you doing, Ken, sir? I'm new. Okay, yeah. Let me do a simple introduction then. For those that don't know me, I'm Professor Leo. I am a game development VTuber that sometimes yaps a lot about other random stuff, as I was doing. I'm currently working on a 2D Metroidvania in Godot with C#, and it's called Code Tulip. It stars these two over here that you can see. In the case you're watching through shorts, it's down here. But yeah, it stars these two, my AI twin daughters, Tulip and Daisy. It mostly stars Tulip right now, because I haven't exactly made an avatar for Daisy to move around or planned the whole mechanics for her character. Because right now I'm working towards a minimum viable product, or MVP for short, where I'm trying to make the first level, and the first level is more of a tutorial, where I basically teach the player how to play, how to move around, how to jump, how to do attacks, how to do the coding challenges. I am obsessed with your daughters. Good! You're gonna see a lot of them. They're amazing. Uh, Tulip is a bit chaotic though. But they're fine. Yeah. I do a lot of shorts with them now. Because, yeah, everyone loves them. But yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, talking about Code Tulip. Yeah, I'm developing it in Godot at the moment alone. Eventually I'm gonna recruit some people to help out with the project once I have like proper funding and everything like that. because I don't feel like it's a good thing to get people to join just as like helping out without getting something back. Because I kind of learned with Pirate Software on that one. He would pay his mods supposedly. After everything that happened last year, I don't believe much, but I do carry the sentiment where if you work with me on a project, I'm gonna pay you. Because I don't feel good getting help for free. It just doesn't sit right with me. Especially something like a game that I'm gonna monetize. And I'm gonna sell on platforms like Steam, Itch. Some games I will sell on the Play Store for Google Android. Some I might even try to sell on iOS store if I can. Um, I'm trying to see if it's worth the trouble to publish to iOS because I need to get a Mac Mini or something like that just to act as the Xcode, uh, basically the Xcode machine. Because in order for me to publish to iOS, I need to have a machine with Xcode running, and I need to have a license that's paid yearly. It's $100 a year, I think. And basically, I need to troubleshoot a lot of errors that might happen with the whole transition to Xcode. I need to see if Godot already supports Xcode because some of my games are in Godot. Only one is in Unity, and I still need a lot of work to do on it. But yeah, my daughter too. I mean, it's a cat, so but she has a flower name too. Her name is Poppy. Oh my god, that's perfect. Mine was basically I started with Tulip last year in June. I started working on Tulip inspired by Neurosama, and her name basically came because the game I was working on the time at the time was called Nemitia, and one of the grimoires was named Night Tulip, and I was like, I love the name so much, it's gonna be my daughter's name. So basically, I named Tulip after the grimoire, so her full name is Night Tulip. Then in November, I was like, Tulip has been crashing out, talking in third person. And like we were having fun with it, so we asked, "Is this your sister talking?" And she said yes, and even named the sister Daisy. And I was like, "Okay, time for a new one. I'm gonna create from scratch the whole client system for them." And I basically was like, "Okay, I need a name that's basically the opposite of Tulip, a more calm, more mature daughter that will handle the logistics of the lab and the safety." So she's the polar opposite of Tulip. Hence, Dawn Daisy. Night and Dawn. See what I did? Since Tulip is supposed to be a darker color, so purplish, I was like, okay, Daisy is gonna be the opposite. It's gonna be a lighter color. So white. White with a bit of orange to represent the dawn. So yeah, that's how basically both of them came to be. I was inspired by Neurosama because I was watching her a lot, and I was like, I kind of want to replicate that. I want to see the logistics behind that. And I spent like a good month just having at it, creating her. And then Daisy came along. And now I have a server dedicated just to the two of them. Because, yeah, I mean, it's not dedicated just to the two of them, but most of the resources regarding GPU are. Because I have her model, their model, like almost loaded all the time when I'm talking with them or troubleshooting some issues they might have, testing out new features. Besides that, yeah, mostly the server acts as my home lab server. It's for my experiments, it's for my websites, it's for my content, things like those. It's where I store all the VODs for the streams, because since 2024, I've had all my VODs stored in the same server. And I plan to keep on doing that because it might come in handy to have all my VODs for maybe a celebration of sorts or something like that if I like can edit a lot. So yeah, but mostly it's just there because I like to hoard the data. So yeah, I would cosplay Tulip, not gonna lie. That's gonna be amazing if you do. I can send you the full model if you want. Because right now it's basically cut below like half the torso. So they don't like occupy much space, but they have a full model. So yeah, I can eventually show you both of their models because I have them like stored as a PNG in my server. Because most of the times it comes in handy for references and things like those. So yeah, let me just check because I have all the notifications. Holy, wait. There's a streamer here in Lisbon. A Japanese streamer is here in Lisbon. Holy. Please send me the models. Okay. After stream I will because I have WhatsApp and Instagram closed. Save on resources for the stream, so if I go and open them, it might be a bit heavy on the resources. So yeah, I'll remind me after the stream, because yeah, just like ping me on WhatsApp or something, and I'll see it. But yeah, essentially, since like July last year, I've been working on Code Tulip, which is their game right now. Because Stream wanted like a more stream related game, and I was like, okay, let's come up with a new idea. You guys throw at me what ideas you want, and I'll see what sticks. And essentially, I think it was Tips, my moderator, that said Metroidvania. And I was like, okay, Metroidvania, right. Do we try to do 3D? And I was like, okay, I'm gonna come up with the full idea. I'm gonna design the levels in 3D. And I was like, okay, I'm way over my head. Like 1 month in, I was like, I'm way over my head. That's not gonna happen. But yeah, then in January, I was like, okay, this is gonna be the year of Tulip because her birthday is in June, June 14th, for those that don't know. And yeah, I was like, okay, until her birthday, I'm gonna do the game, at least the minimum viable product. Yeah, that kind of didn't happen because there was a lot of work stress at the time. I've already left the workplace I was working at. I have a new one. It's much better. And yeah. But yeah, like through March to May, I was a bit out of it. I barely streamed as usual, like I try to do nowadays. And yeah, that affected the development of Code Tulip because I just wasn't in the headspace for it. I even told everyone in the server that, yeah, sorry, but I'm not in the headspace for it. I'm not gonna be able to develop Code Tulip as I planned. So right now I don't have an exact timeline for when I can have the minimum viable product finished. I'm just now finishing the first part of the first level. Because yeah, right now what happens is Tulip gets materialized, sort of like a Code Ryoko's materialization. So basically her code converts into her avatar, and basically we do the whole starting up sequence where we basically get the player to move around as Tulip, we get the player to jump across, for example, a small like a dark space. Then she has a code puzzle. I can even show on stream like what's the current progress. If I play here, we already have dialogue as well. We have a lot of mechanics already done. It's more the level building now. As you can see, you now have this like glowing lighting, which I kind of like, but I might adjust a bit. I think I will go no. Okay, no worries, Lilac. I'll see you soon. If not, we can talk on WhatsApp. No worries. But yeah, essentially now we have a more defined game. These inputs change regarding your main input system. So if you are on an Xbox gamepad, it will switch to the Xbox layout. If you are on Nintendo Switch gamepad, it will switch to Nintendo Switch. Switch to Nintendo Switch, get it? If you're on PS5, it will change to the PS5 layout once I make the icons, because due to Sony copyright, certain icons are essentially, how should I put it? They are copyrighted and we can't use, for example, the cross, we can't use it. I will have to be a bit inventive with how I implement that. Because yeah, F Sony, because they only fuck up the game development system. Not just game dev, now they fuck up with the consumer. Because now we can have physical, how should I say it? Physical editions of games starting 2028. Because who would have guessed they will basically discontinue the the release of basically their games on physical media. Indie studios might still release it, but their consoles will no longer support that. Because, for example, the PS5 Pro at a given point will start being sold without the disc expansion. So, yeah, other players get an older PS5 and, or if it's the PS5 Pro, they get the disc tray on the side, like used or something. Yeah, basically physical media for the PS5 will be dead on 2028. And basically that's been the whole drama with PlayStation right now. And I kind of stand by, basically, how should I say it? I stand by shoving it to them that we don't want this. Like, you might say, oh, but it's easier to install, it's easier to buy, whatever. You don't have to actually make storage space for the games, etc., etc., etc. I honestly don't care. I'm a collectionist. I like to have the physical media with me. Heck, I have Need for Speed Underground and Underground 2 and Most Wanted. My original copies from like 2005, 2006, somewhere like that. I don't remember the exact year, but I have them in my collection. They mostly don't work because, yeah, I used and abused the CDs for it, but they are still here because they are my prized collection of Need for Speed media. I have games that are ancient. Like, I have my first Game Boy game still. Like, Quick for Game Boy. I still have it. I got that game in like 2000, I think. It was either 2000 or 2002. I don't remember the exact year. I know it was like still a little kid, but I still have it. It still works. I can still play it. I have my Game Boy Advance SP here, so I can just slot it in and play it. Or I can use my Epilogue. What's it called? This has a specific name. It's the GB something. GB operator, I think. Yeah, I can just pop it in the GB operator and I play it on my computer. So yeah, essentially, I stand by physical media because as a collectionist, it's like my pride and joy. I like the art for A and D. Oh, that's from the plugin itself, I think. I don't remember the name of the plugin. It's something about input icons. Godot input icons. I don't remember who made it. Give me a second and I'll see it. Okay, RCube Dev. They basically made the original plugin, and yeah, the icons are theirs, if I'm not mistaken. Assets, input atlas. Yeah, they're here basically. Look. But yeah, I'm will only have to create the PlayStation icons because of the whole copyright issue. which is gonna be fun. But yeah, that's been my rant on why I start despising Sony as a company. Physical media should never be erased because once physical media is gone, there will be no workarounds. Huge prices, yeah. Like, you can't resell your games once you're finished with them. You can't borrow to a friend. You can't, like, it's like an NFT. Like, you can't store it in the real world. You don't have a space for it. You don't have, like, a physical thing that says, you own this game. Here it is. Once huge prices are a problem, we will be rolled into subscriptions, and once everything is subscription, we are fucked. Yeah, essentially that. That's basically my whole argument. We are defending something that is basically greedy and kind of predatorial, if I'm not mistaken. That's the word. Because Sony are essentially playing 4D chess with us, where they're getting us signed into subscriptions. I had PS Plus. What did I do once they did that whole announcement? I canceled it because I don't stand by the decision they did. And I will defend the whole drama until the end. Because either Sony backs up or I'm never buying a fucking PS game ever again. I can't stand by it. Unless it's an indie game and only released on PS5, I will not buy. At most, Final Fantasy VII, the last game of the trilogy. Because that game will still have physical media. I'll still have a box for it. So yeah, I can sell it, I can't give it away, I can't buy secondhand. Yeah, I can't own it for my children. Exactly. Tips. I was already explaining. I have a game here that's like maybe almost 25 years old. It might already be 25 years old. The game is not in the best conditions, but it's still there. Like, I can still play on it. So yeah. Honestly, I'm fine not buying any indie game just released just on PS5, yeah. Mostly indie games release on Switch, and some even might do a Steam release but have physical media. I've seen some studios opt for that, and it's amazing, honestly. Um, but yeah, that also depends on publishers and everything like that. But PS5 for me, that's a no-no. The only exceptions for the rule I make is Final Fantasy VII, because I love the saga and I want the trilogy. Excuse my French, but I hope this choice fucks them up in the S. Yeah. You and me both, buddy. Because, yeah, I just can't stand by Sony with that one. Hence why my PS Plus has been cancelled. I'm not gonna renew. Even though I like the free games, I don't renew it anymore. Most of my games are physical. I only have like 2 or 3 that are digital in the PS5 and don't plan on getting more. Right now, Steam and Switch are my main platforms. I mean, what are you going to do if they say games cost now $100? Buy on the second market? You can't. At most, you can go to sites like Instant Gaming or something like that. Not sponsored, by the way. And buy it cheaper. But from the way things are going, I think for the PS5, that option will no longer be viable because PlayStation will hold the monopoly on that one. Unless devs sell the keys uh, on the site, that won't work. And you know what? There will still be people with fuck you money that are going to ruin it for the rest of us, like Pokemon scalpers. Yeah, that's basically it. Ain't the world fun? Yeah, we can't even play now without having to deal with a lot of shit. Isn't it fun? Meanwhile, I've been yapping for almost an hour. That's amazing. Get me on the right topic and I'll yap for hours. But yeah, sum it up. Fuck you, Sony. I will never defend PlayStation ever again. Anyway, I'm putting up Ballater and Eugenics in the games, my beloved. Yeah. Right now I have to play a few games that I have here. I've bought Grand Blue Fantasy Relink with the new DLC because a friend of mine was constantly bothering me to go play it, and I was like, okay, the game looks fun. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna grind the heck out of it, and let's see. I also have Yes, Nostrum Noxus, because I've heard good things about this game. I found a work job offer in Portugal. Really? That's amazing, not gonna lie. I have Watch Dogs, because I didn't have it on my Steam account. I also bought B-Man Gene Drive because I want to play around with it, because it's fun. And besides that, I have Destiny, I have Chicken Invaders, because this is a game from my childhood. I have to play Nino Kuni. I have to play ES 8, Lacrimosa of Tena. I have a lot of games, honestly. I need to play through my whole library one of these days. But yeah, if I stream gameplay again, I might play Grand Blue Fantasy on stream. So yeah, since I'm looking to leave my country, trust me tips, it's not easy to live in Portugal. You might find a good job. The issue is the housing market. Most jobs don't pay you enough to sustain a good life with the current prices of houses. Because, for example, if you want to work in the capital, I'm mostly looking towards Northern Europe. Okay, that's a good choice, honestly, because I'm gonna give you an example. A simple one bedroom, one bathroom, like living room and kitchen, like apartment in Lisbon, and just in rent can be like 900 euros, maybe a bit more. You might have some perks because you are a migrant worker for Portugal. You might get some benefits on it, but I don't promise anything because I don't know the inner workings of everything. I might need to live in shared space because I'm working with a migration agency. Okay, fair enough. Um, Shared space might be the best option in this case. Whatever is enough for you to basically live your life for a few months until you can build up enough knowledge of the country, enough money to basically afford something a bit better. Because it's not just in Portugal, in other countries, the housing market might be fucked up because inflation and everything else has been driving up the housing market a lot. So, yeah, it's not easy anywhere. But yeah, I do hope you can find something amazing because you deserve it. Just keep in mind that markets in all of Europe have been not amazing, at least to my knowledge. Here in Portugal, if you'd want to get like a house, starting off, you basically have to negotiate like a remote work kind of situation because most of the time you will only be able to find an affordable house like way far from the capital. I need to make a decision soon because I start 11 next month. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's really tight, not gonna lie. I do hope you can find something. If you need help, I can try to give some help, but most of my knowledge doesn't work in that area, honestly. Give me a second, I need to drink because my throat is drying up. Today might have drank like 3 or 4 liters of water because I'm just drinking. Not to mention like other kinds of liquids. So yeah, I've basically been hydrating like hell today. Though for someone that ran, and not ran, but walked like 10 kilometers, yeah, that's honestly to be expected. Good, keep going. Oh boy, you want me to be in the bathroom streaming then? Because that's gonna happen if I keep hydrating too much. Remember last time when you guys spammed the hydrate? Yeah. I thought I'd have to spend the stream in the bathroom after that. Because, yeah, that was fun. But yeah, I'm mostly tired, hence why I've been mostly yapping instead of like doing work. I found an amazing internship in Netherlands, but they moved on with another candidate. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, even the job market nowadays has been quite complicated, not gonna lie. To find mine, I had to. Apologies. Give me a second. Okay, as I was saying, to find mine, I had to spend like 2 months just applying to everything that I could find. And funny enough, the job I found is maybe the best thing I've ever been offered. Not gonna lie. Worse all the trouble I had, just yeah, it's not easy. I'm mostly looking internships because I find jobs that entry level asking for 2 years of experience. Yeah, that's one of my gripes with things like development. Entry level should not be with years of experience. Fight me on that, but if you have an entry level job, you should not require age of basically years of experience because entry level means the person is new into the market and we need to basically handle teaching them everything about the job, teaching them the skills, basically doing training for them, and get them basically into the project. Not, okay, you now have experience with what we want. Now you're a good offer for us. Like, that's just predatory behavior. Because you are offering an entry level job, paying an entry level job, basically salary, for a person that qualifies as a junior because they have 2 years of experience already. That's a junior, not an entry. So, do explain to me in what kind of world that makes sense. I have no idea how to enter the market in something that is not factory work. Neither do I. I basically entered the job market back in the day through internship. I interned at a company. Mind you, I wasn't the best intern, and I do have that in mind. I was a shitty intern at the time because I was fresh out of studies. So, yeah, I was a bit difficult to work with at the time. And I do keep that in mind, and I'm always reminded of how I was in my early days. But yeah, I basically proved my skills in web development. At the time, I was a game development intern because basically showed that I had, how should I say it? I had the interest in game development. I had the knowledge in Unity, and I said, okay, you guys are working on a game. Can I take a look at it? Can I help out with it? Because I do have an interest in it and I want to work with it if you guys want me. And so I switched from, at the time, a backend developer intern to a game development intern because the company allowed it. And I was like, okay, I finally get my chance to shine. Let's work on this. 2 months in, I shit you not, the team lead and sole developer of the project that was teaching me quit. Actually quit. It was like this dramatic exit, not gonna lie. I still remember it to this day. I can't talk about it, but I still remember it to this day. And holy, yeah, at that time, I became the sole game developer for the company as an intern. You guys don't imagine the pressure that was. Holy. Oh, hey, Rowan Tiger. Tiger, sorry. Welcome on in. How are you? I don't know if I have any form of personality disorder, but if I do, it is perfect for the workplace. I mean, I had undiagnosed ADHD at the time, so I wasn't the best to work with. Uh, Only when I found out about ADHD and everything like that, then I started to like see what's wrong with me, try to basically counter it in a way, and try to improve so I could actually be a good worker in a way. So yeah, I might have ADHD, but I fear that's an excuse to be lazy. That's the thing. ADHD can sometimes be interpreted as laziness. It's not. It's just that we get so how should I say it? We get so burdened or get so like what's the word? Um Basically we get to a point where our brains stop working in a way because we have too many things to do. Our brain tries to do everything at the same time, crashes, and basically we can't do anything. And we just stand there staring at the wall sometimes, just thinking, I need to work, but I don't know what to work on. I've had that happen with my games so many times, trust me. Trust me, ADHD is not one thing you'd wish for. It's a mess. Our brains aren't wired in a way we can handle too much. It's not about being lazy, trust me. We just get overwhelmed by stuff and our brains shut down. Oh, OCD, yeah. I have a friend with OCD and yeah, she doesn't have the best experience with it. Yeah, ADHD has a huge survival bias on the internet. Yeah. As I was explaining, yeah, I started as a game development intern, and at a given point, I also showcased some skills in web development because I had knowledge in PHP, I had knowledge in HTML, CSS, and I was like, okay. Um, I mean, they were like, okay, we can't exactly continue with you being the game developer. What about you be the web developer for the company? Mind you, solo web developer for was it solo? I think it was solo at the time because the other guys were working on .NET and I was working on PHP, WordPress. So I didn't exactly work with anyone because yeah, I was alone. I was the only one that could work on WordPress and PHP. Mind you, there was a lot of hammered code per se because I was fresh out of my internship. I had mostly no knowledge of business projects. And let's just say I had no knowledge on WordPress theming and things like those. I had to hack apart a lot of things and write custom code just to hold everything with like some string and a lot of duct tape. So yeah. Let's just say if I were to look at those products nowadays, I'd basically facepalm so hard it would go through my skull. Because I know all the errors I did. That's the thing with ADHD, I have the perfect memory for code. I can know most of the code that I've done in my whole life. Sometimes I may wonder what the fuck I was thinking about. Most of the times I might just say, okay, I know what this is. Let me just walk back on what I did and see if it still matches. Yeah. Um, Let me just see what Tip said. Um, you only see the content creators who made it with which have ADHD. You never see the thousands who failed and how bad that can affect them. Yeah, yeah, that's also true. Like, you do have a lot of content creators that are popular and have ADHD. Then you have like the others that basically are suffering alone or basically are still struggling to get through with ADHD because it's not an easy mental disorder to handle. I know OCD is also basically hell to work with. Um, I'd say we can't compare the two and find the lesser evil because they are distinguished in their own degrees. Because ADHD for us, it basically shuts down our brain completely when we are overwhelmed. We are an emotional train wreck when we are overwhelmed. And yeah, wonder how ADHD and OCD work together. That sounds like a nightmare. Like Satan actually dragged you into hell and personally is torturing you. Like, because I don't know any other way to describe it besides that. That's like you have your own hell of your basically own genetic making. I mean, OCD isn't the worst thing in the world. Like, no joke, my house is spotless. Yeah, my friend is also like basically all this like cleaning stuff and things like those. Like, they need a perfect place for them. So yeah, I get it. I get the OCD part. Whereas in my case, yeah, I can say the same about my room. Um, let's just say I hope when I basically transfer to making a home office separate from my bedroom, um, I might be a bit more organized. Because right now, yeah, I drive my boyfriend insane with the cleaning. I can imagine. My room is toxic hazard. Fair enough. Are you sure you don't have ADHD, Tibbs? That's someone with OCD. Someone with ADHD dating someone with OCD. That's a match made in heaven, isn't it? Or in this case, a match made in hell. That sounds like really fun. Executive dysfunction and cleaning don't go well together. Yeah. Tips, try to be like me. I have 4 projects in my hands, work, and cleaning my room. Yeah, my executive dysfunction basically doesn't allow it. Oh, your boyfriend has ADHD. My deepest regrets for the poor soul. I'm joking, I'm joking. uh, oh, ADD. Okay, yeah. So he doesn't have the hyperactivity part. I'm a bit of a confusion on that side. No, it's basically the same. Only thing that changes is hyperactivity. I also don't know if mine is the hyperactive one or the simple one. That's basically just I have difficulty with attention. Is ADD a diagnostic anymore? Normally it gets paired into ADHD, but it's a separate diagnostic. It's basically just attention deficit disorder. It's just the attention deficit part. You don't have the attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. You don't have the hyperactive part. Yeah, ADD is more. It's much like ADHD. You're just not like basically jumping up the walls with energy, kind of thing. You don't have the hyperactivity part. With hyperactivity also comes like the opposite of it, where you're basically like low on energy and like down in the dumps. Oh no, he doesn't need. He doesn't stay still. Are you sure he doesn't have ADHD? Uh, let me just Google kind of fast what's the differences. ADD versus ADHD. What's the difference? Um, Today, all forms of the condition are classified as ADHD. Okay, it's an outdated term. Now everyone basically has ADHD. I really should pay attention to my boyfriend. That's fun. Yeah, so basically having ADD or having ADHD, it's the same thing nowadays. They are basically grouped together. Uh, Inattentive presentation. Individuals with this type of struggle with focus, organization, and following through on tasks, but do not exhibit hyperactive or impulsive behaviors. They may appear forgetful, easily distracted, or frequently zone out. So, I'm basically a bit more on the ADHD side because I have impulsiveness. Like, at the drop of a hat, I make decisions most of the time. Also, thank you for the follow. um, Hyperactive, kinda ish, where I do have bursts of energy from time to time, but I'm not too hyperactive. I'm more the quiet type. Though my body does do things on its own sometimes, where like tapping my foot, tapping with my fingers, something like that, so where I'm a bit bored or am working on something, but my body needs a distraction itself. Hence why I have oh god, the foot tapping. Yeah, that's a common thing with ADHD. Like we have our stisms. Is it stisms? That's called nowadays. But yeah, we have our ways of like dealing with how our body basically feels like it's staying still, and it's driving us insane inside because we don't we basically have, and they call Twitch also. But there's different kinds of stisms. For example, I normally play with a stress ball because yeah, I'm thinking of something. I play with a stress ball. I play with a pen. I tap my foot. I tap my fingers. I have a lot of stisms. So yeah, and I know of all of them. Just sometimes may miss a few, but I usually know them. And yeah, he plays with balls. Yeah, basically, we have our ways of dealing with basically being overwhelmed, being focused on something, but our body is basically staying still. So it basically is complaining at us that you are not moving me, move me. I forgot what they are called. Yeah, um, it might be a stress ball. Something like, let me see, stress ball, something like this. It's basically spongy thing, or sometimes they are metal. He puts two in one hand. Oh, I know those. Yeah, 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 I know those. I don't know if it's called metal balls. Yeah, these ones, the stainless steel balls. Yeah, I know of this. I've seen people also play with these to yeah. Yeah, that's another way of basically dealing with the whole overwhelmed brain thing because I don't think it's common to every ADHD person, but we also have like some sort of sensory overloads from time to time, and there we try to deal with them in different ways. Like sometimes my sensory overloads are oh boy, they are basically annoying as heck. Usually with me, I start feeling every hair in my fucking body, like moving. It's basically my brain is on fire dealing with that. It doesn't happen a lot, mostly in hot weather, when I'm laying down in bed. I've had sleepless nights thanks to that, because my body or my brain couldn't handle all of the inputs at the same time. And yeah, essentially my body couldn't go to sleep, or my brain couldn't go to sleep, and yeah. Yeah, everyone is different, so different strokes, yeah. Basically, sometimes you also can have ADHD, which is autism paired with ADHD, and that's a whole mix of its own. Because yeah, imagine autism with that. Like I've seen some of the other things with OCD with other people. Like mine is mainly clean, but some like have some horrible OCD things that I'm glad I don't. Holy, yeah. Uh, Basically, it varies from person to person how it affects. Jeez. But yeah, with my ADHD, it's basically I can stay still. I can hyper focus sometimes when I'm basically coding or something like that. I do tend to hyper focus if no one bothers me for a good amount of time. If I have music playing in my headphones and I'm basically isolated, I hyper focus like crazy. Like once I hyper focus for like I wouldn't say 8 hours, but it was a real long time. I even forgot to eat. So yeah, that has happened to me at a given time. Um, I basically can't stay still, as I said. I am a nervous wreck when I'm meeting someone new for the first time in person, because I don't know how to handle the situation. I, yeah, let's just say interviews were fun when it was in person, because yeah, I'd be a mess. Like, I get nervous for some reason. So yeah, and it's out of my control, basically. Um, Exams for me are a mess because I may know the stuff, but I draw blanks in exams and have to walk myself through the steps again to try to basically kickstart my brain. Especially with topics like math and everything like that, my brain really shuts down on that. Programming for me, yeah, that's not an issue. Because even if I don't have the memory, I have the knowledge somewhere inside of my brain, so I can just access it, kind of. But yeah, for university, it is complicated to have ADHD. Um, Besides that, I don't remember a lot of things. Like I will do stisms a lot of times. Sometimes it gets annoying for other people. Good thing I nowadays work remotely most of the time. You're currently in uni. Um, I took a 2 year break, starting in 2025. No, actually 1 year break in 2025. At the start of June this year, I decided, okay, I think I'm better now. Let's try go back to university. So I had like 4 classes that I've passed, if I'm not mistaken. I still have a lot of classes to make, but now I have the freedom to choose the years. So I can pick classes from the first, second, and third year, because technically it's gonna be my third year of university. So I think I have the freedom to choose which classes I want to attend this year, which classes I want to attend next year, make my own plan. But I'm gonna do a full semester. I'm not gonna basically cut classes to basically not have that many classes per semester because I want to have my college degree. Because yeah, although now I have a secure job supposedly, I still want to work on getting my degree because it's going to be valuable at a given point. I can't call myself a software engineer without it. Even with it, there's limitations to how I can call myself a software engineer. Right now, I can be called a software developer because I can't engineer stuff, I can develop stuff. It's complicated terms, but yeah. For all intents and purposes, I am not an engineer. So yeah, hence why in most of my socials and everything like that, you will see software developer or game developer and not engineer. Because I haven't earned the right to call myself that. But yeah, that's been basically my life. It's gonna be fun. How many more years you got? I still think I still have 3 years to go because I have a lot of classes that I need to finish. Some I need to retake because I couldn't finish them or I failed at them. So yeah, I start with only 4 classes done and I need to progress through that. Wait, how many years total? So I started off in 2023. By my count, I'm gonna end in 2024, 2029. So I'd say 6 years. Because yeah, I basically did 2023 to 2024, 2024 to 2025, dropping out in the second semester of that year. I did 8 years. I feel your pain. Oh boy, yeah. And still, I can't guarantee I will have university done in the next 3-4 years because I may fail. I may still fail at classes. I have a big project to do at the end of the basically at the end of the course. And yeah, there's no guarantees I can do it in that short amount of time. It might take me a few years. So it's unpredictable. Depends on how life goes from now until basically I finish the degree. Well, important thing is you are doing it. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's just gonna take a while. But yeah. I may sound smart, but at sometimes I'm a dumbass. Trust me. With things like math and physics, I'm basically maybe the dumbest person in the class. So yeah, I'm always a dumbass. Fair enough. uh, you are a good artist though, so you got that going for you. And you are keen on learning development. So yeah, I love math. Um, I have a love-hate relationship with math. You are a good artist. Tips. The art you've done it basically is miles ahead of mine if we are doing comparisons. You're like at a really good indie artist like level, not gonna lie. That's not really ouch. What I'm saying is you are at a good level compared to most indie artists. Like for game development, you have a really strong skill set in art. So yeah, I'd say in a game jam that you can join a team being just the artist, and that will work, honestly. I'm looking for a data analyst internship. Data analyst, on that part, I don't have much knowledge. I'm gonna guess you're gonna work with SQL Server a lot, but more on the data side and not on the design, I guess. Internships, yeah. Internships, yeah, the bane of our existence. Never ever again. Yeah. Here, I think it's not an obligation where they can only do paid internships unless it's for college or something like that. Besides that, companies are forced to pay you even if it's below the national salary. I don't quote me on that, but I think it's part of the law now where they need to pay you something. What country is this in? Portugal. Yeah. Don't quote me on that. I may be misremembering and it might not have been approved after all. Basically, I am allowed to be fucked over to get my foot in the door. Yeah. You weren't paid. That's weird. Um, though, don't quote me on that, because I don't remember if that got approved in Parliament. Um, let me see. Portugal are paid internships obligatory for companies? I don't think I'm searching in the right way, but in Portugal, internships are not strictly obligatory for companies. But if a company chooses to offer an internship, they are usually required by law to pay the intern. The rules depend on the type of internship. Curricular and extracurricular. Wait. Curricular, um, mandatory components of formal degree. So mandatory internship in college, you don't get paid. Extracurricular internship, they are obligated to pay. If it's through the national employee system, the compensation is basically a bit finicky. I think it's between the state and the company on who pays and what, or if they pay anything. I studied medicine in America. Oh, ouch. Yeah. American medicine. That sounds. Oof. I mean, no judging. Just. Oh boy. Ours aren't called internships because we are required to work at. Oh, damn. I think here it's the same with the medical part. Should just say free labor, yeah. I think here it's the same thing with hospitals where you are mandated to have X amount of hours in your university course to be considered for basically work. So yeah, I think that applies to curricular internships because you need to do X amount of hours to be considered for basically belonging to. I know there's a specific term for doctors and nurses that are on basically are basically employed. I don't remember the term right now, but yeah. Yeah, which I do understand, but like, you know how much 8 years of college costs? Yep. It's expensive, especially in America. I've heard people like signing loans for like 20 years or something, and I'm like, yep, nobody. Thank you. Like, they could pay or even put some money towards student debt. Exactly. Like, I don't know why your system is so fucked up in that sense. Like, there are countries here in Europe that offer university. Yeah, fair enough. The American system, sorry. There are countries in Europe that offer university studies. So yeah, we have free university where I live. See? We don't have that in Portugal. Unless you enter with what's it called? What's it called when you're offered a college thing? I don't remember the word now. Basically, my ADHD brain working. Parents moved me from Australia to US, and when I went to college there, and now I live in in Great Britain. Oh boy! So you went from the child to the parent country. Oh boy! Something a scholarship. Yeah, that's it. Exactly. Here the only way to get free college is a scholarship. I heard Great Britain nowadays is also a mess, so I think the US inherited something from them along the lines. Holy. I mean, name a better parent-child relationship than in those two countries. Not worse than America, yeah. That's a point. Though, I've heard the laws there are getting a bit more complex now. Though, who am I to talk? The EU just approved chat control, which is the mindfuck of laws. They're about to change, yeah. Trust me, the only thing the UK has going for them is they left the EU. Because otherwise, you guys would be so fucked right now. The idiot who did that stepped down. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you guys got the prime minister to basically quit. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's a good thing though. Sorry about that, because Automod basically flagged idiot as a word. Oh, okay, yeah. Makes sense, makes sense. Yeah, but honestly, in the EU, we now have chat control that got approved yesterday. I'm not gonna go into further details on how it got approved, but it was nasty. And yeah, I don't stand by the what was approved, honestly. After I finished college in America, yeah, fair enough. But yeah, chat control is gonna be the death of many social medias, if I'm not mistaken, without things are going, because public trust is basically going to vanish due to that. So it's gonna be easy. What control? Chat control. Not to get too much into the political side of things, but to explain to a certain degree, companies and the state itself, the EU, law authorities, everything can essentially see your private messages at any given point without any suspicion, without what is it called? Without bloody hell! Today I'm really missing out on a lot of words in my brain. Government has visible access to any and all mandate. Yeah, they don't require anything. They can just basically snoop around your messages, and yeah. I mean, to be fair, America has been doing that forever. Yeah, except now it's basically in the EU and openly declaring that they will do it, not hiding and saying they are not spying on us when they are. That's insane. They announced it. They not just announced it, they approved the law in the most nasty way I've ever seen a law being approved. To give context, yeah, they cut the middleman, exactly. Yeah, America did it and didn't tell anyone. So basically, they've been spying on everyone, and yeah, they just aren't open with it. EU just said, oh, we are gonna spy on you. Don't worry, it's gonna be fine. So yeah, it got approved basically in a way that's like, it got denied the first 2 times, and the third one was basically shoved in at the start of the week as an emergency approval kind of thing, where no, an emergency vote where at the end of this week, meaning today, a lot of the EU representatives would be going on vacation because the parliament is going to be on vacation for a while. And most would be absent yesterday when the vote occurred. So, because of that, anyone that would be absent counted as a yes vote. Those that opposed would need 361 votes in denial of the law, because it would need to be a majority vote because it was an emergency vote. So to deny, it would need to be a majority approval. That didn't happen. A lot of absent seats in the parliament, and it basically got approved because we didn't get majority vote on the denial. And because of that, we now have chat control that's going to be introduced into the law. So yeah, I do say I don't want to get into politics, but I'm getting to a point where the world is so fucked up, where basically I need to voice my thoughts on politics because I just can't stand by what's happening. Like, it's just crazy how something like this got approved in such a nasty, disgraceful way, and we are just supposed to take it. Yeah, this is more than like politics. Yeah, this is gonna affect the whole world because we just opened a can of worms and we can't close it because now America will think, okay, I can do this. China will, okay, China already does that, so fuck it. But a lot of other countries are gonna think, okay, we can now do this as well. We can say fuck it to privacy and spy on our people. America's been doing it. Exactly. But they haven't been public on doing it. Now they have a white card to say we can be public. And they won't, yeah. This is an insane invasion of privacy. Welcome to life, apparently. People read 1984 and said, that looks awesome. Yeah, exactly. Just. Oh, tips. I haven't even told you about another thing that got approved this week. Or is going to be approved. I don't remember the specifics. Starting at a given point, cars, newly manufactured cars, are gonna require a dash cam, not a dash cam, but a camera pointing to the driver. For no specific reason, basically they can spy on you in your car, in a way. They say it's for your safety, but who knows? You'd think like hacker groups would like fight back on this crap. They might. Right now, we are looking at how they will handle the situation because with this, a lot of encrypted end-to-end messages might be dropped. Like WhatsApp might stop supporting end-to-end encryption. You might be forced into something like Telegram, and Telegram might be banned because of that. This is basically a domino effect where you're gonna have a lot of things regarding privacy falling down and you don't know what's next. surveillance state, yeah, basically. It's gonna blow up in their face because the politicians would be exempt for that. That's the thing. Not get too much into the politics nor throw any mud, but a certain high member kind of got into drama because of that. So I think they're gonna make exceptions for parliament members, not gonna lie. I don't know. But yeah, whole kind of worms just got unleashed on humanity. To be fair, working a direct route to the government from any private chat might be insane. Yeah. Problem is, they have opponents. Also true. But they might pull some kind of basically I'm free out of jail card and yep, basically that's it. I just don't know. The future is looking bleak every day. And we started the week with worrying about Sony, ended the week worrying about the EU itself. Oh, not to mention, here's another funny one. The EU introduced obligatory tax for products outside of the EU. So import tax. Import tax is a minimum of 3 euros. Do I need to delete all my fanboy research? Who knows? I might need to hurry to release a video game before some alien invasion happens. Yeah, at this point, I can predict anything. But yeah, they now have a minimum 3 euro import tax on basically any storefront not working in the EU. Japan Post announced immediately that they were canceling any shipments to the EU because of that. So we can't import stuff from Japan if it's through Japan Post. We can through DHL, I think, but it's a bit iffy. So what happens with all of the storefronts? They start basically putting the import tax to the consumer, right? You want to guess? Okay, so yesterday I was like, I'm gonna go on AliExpress. I'm like becoming a massive Initial D fan, and I kind of want the model cars, but I don't want like to pay my eyes for it. Let me go check on AliExpress. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, for a 50 euro expense, you want to know the shipping price. You are such a nerd, and it's so good. Fair enough. But yeah, for a 50 euro expense, you want to know the shipping price for it. 30 fucking euros. I shit you not. 30 fucking euros. For a 50 euro expense. I was like, fuck no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna pay so much just for 3 cars that I wanted. Because I wanted the Trueno, which is the Takumi's car. I wanted the Keisuke's car, the what was it called? The RX-7, if I'm not mistaken. And I wanted another car. I don't remember which one, but yeah. And I was like, okay, each of them costs like 10 euros, something like that. So it's not too expensive, and it's just something to sit on my stands in my library. So yeah, that seems like a good amount for me to pay. Then gets the shipping part, and I'm like, nope, fuck that. I'm just gonna go away. So who's going to suffer for this insane decision to the government? That's right, every one of us. Yeah, basically. I need to go stock up on jerky and lube. This is the end of it. I'm sure of it. With how the EU is doing stuff, I'd say so. But yeah. It's been a hellish week. I'm just gonna go with that. Cause holy. I was like, can the EU fuck it up more than they already have? If you have a passion project, better hurry on it. I have 4 of them. I'm just a single person. Oh, hey, Tratra. Welcome on in. Hello, I'm sorry for not going back to the last stream. I forgot. No worries, no worries. We've been mostly yapping right now. And again, if you give humans the benefit of the doubt, they will take it as a challenge. Yeah. That's basically it. It's like, can we fuck it up more? I take the challenge. I will fuck it up more. I've been trying like hell to get my boyfriend to consider moving to Australia. We might really have to. I'd advise it because this is basically a domino effect where EU started it. It's gonna basically propagate to other countries, and from the other countries, you're basically going to be fucked wherever you go. Japan might be your only safe bet. And even Japan, I don't think it's safe. At this point, I think we should move to the middle of the ocean. Yeah, let's just make an ocean turtle. Australia is too busy dealing with literally everything, trying to kill you to do this crap. True, although Friendly Geordies also has a lot of problems with the government because of certain things. I don't remember the specifics. I know he's done a lot of videos about the Australian government. Yes, I do watch a lot of political content, even though I don't talk about it too much, just so I can be enlightened a bit. I do watch his videos from time to time, and I remember at a certain point it got so bad his house got like firebombed. I was like, holy, this is so fucked up. Like, the guy is standing up for basically against the illegal things the government might be doing, and that's how you treat him? Holy. I love Japan. Yeah, I also love Japan. I wouldn't like to work in Japan because I've heard a lot of stuff about black companies there. For those who don't know, black companies are basically companies that push you into overworking yourself to the limit of almost being, almost dying from overwork, because they do so many manipulation tactics on you to get you to work, like basically beat you like a dead horse, work until you almost die for basically peanuts in payment. So yeah, I like Japan, but I did watch a bunch of videos from immigrants in Japan speaking about negatives. Yeah, there's a lot of negatives. The housing market is a bit weird there. They will do any and everything to get you out of the country or out of the rent. There's a lot of tactics that they use because there's a thing where they can a Japanese person can report you for certain activities and they get paid for it, from what I've heard. So they try to employ those tactics to basically earn some. I've only visited, so I don't know what living there would be like. As an immigrant, you're going to be fucked to live there. Only people I've heard talking good, and even then it's a bit limited, is the people from Trash Talk, Trash Taste. So Connor, Joey, and fuck, I forgot. Grant. Garnt. I did the thing. I misspoke his name. I did the thing. I called him Grant by mistake. I meant Garnt. They talked kind of positive about living there, but that's the thing. They kind of are a bit better. They have a lot of support there. But as an immigrant, to live there, there's a lot of shit to deal with, like banking and housing. It's a mess. I know they have some insane laws, yeah. I mean, we all expect the company to do it. The problem is that the community will support it. Yeah, that kind of behavior is endorsed there. So, yeah. Yeah, but they work international, not at a Japan company. Yeah, exactly. They have their own company. Trash Taste is their own company. So, they have different support. Like, you can speak negative about companies there. Even if it's true, they can sue you for... Yeah, that's also a thing. Hence why I don't mention any company names. Ever. Except Sony. Sony can go fuck themselves. That's insane, yeah. I mean, this is from years of watching, like, immigrant people talking about Japan, so... You live there? Nope. I live in Portugal, so... I'm safe for now. I mean, as safe as one can be in the EU. Yeah, also for those who care, the dating scene there is going down the drain from what I heard. Yeah. Yeah, the dating scene there is a bit complicated. And have you seen about the whole thing where renting a boyfriend or girlfriend or being a rental boyfriend and girlfriend is a job? Like, there's actually a service for that. Rent a girlfriend actually is a thing. It's like, holy, I want to get rented. uh, like, I think it was Connor that showed me, like, that little video that I saw for the first time about it, and I was like, fucking hell, that's the thing. You can rent a girlfriend. I even saw one upping that and renting a girlfriend and a boyfriend and basically matching them up. The hosting, yeah, that's also a thing. I think rent a girlfriend is show your parents you have a relationship so they don't disown you. Yeah, kind of that. It's also dangerous. Yeah, a lot dangerous. So yeah. Uh, but yeah, rent a girlfriend is a mess. I don't advise anyone to read it. Trust me. You're just gonna suffer. It's around 400 and something chapters, I think, right now, and still going. So yeah, Japan has a huge talking problem. Yep. What you see in anime is just the start of it, from what I've heard. So yeah, that's fun. Uh, Plus, I kind of only have Japan as a plan for me to visit because I'd like to visit the shrines because everyone says the shrines are beautiful. So I'd like to basically visit them. Yeah, it's nice to visit. Yeah, I maybe would like to visit Hokkaido, but not much. Um, I want to go to Akihabara because hello, otaku. So yeah, I want to go to Akihabara because it's the dream spot of any nerd. I did not rent a fanboy there, I swear. 10 out of 10 that one. But yeah, Akihabara is my dream destination. Then visit some parts of Tokyo, trying to go to like Kyoto. I need to go to Odaiba because I want to go see it because of the thing about Digimon. Because yeah, Odaiba. I don't remember the name of the place, but yeah, it's mostly in Odaiba, so I want to go visit just because I can say I've been in Digimon. uh, but yeah, Kyoto was my absolute favorite. Nice. Like my plans to go there are like spending 2-3 weeks there just to experience everything. There's a new guy in chat and you didn't greet them. Ha! They were so good sleeping. Where's the sound? Oh, I have my headphones off. I still have a bigger dream in my head from when I was a child. Damn. When me and my boyfriend marry, we are gonna honeymoon in Kyoto. That's amazing. Yeah, I'm kinda jealous now. Oh, they still have the fucked up voices. Yeah, I haven't been able to adjust it yet. It takes a lot of work because it's not like with 11 Labs where I just pick a voice and adjust minimal things. With Kokoro, I have to adjust like tone, pitch. I need to adjust everything about the voice. I need to fine tune combined voices. For example, Daisy is a combination of two voices specifically. So she has a more mature sounding voice. Tulip is a bit pitch shifted, if I remember. So I still need to do adjustments, fine tune all of their voice parameters so they can basically sound better. It's never gonna be perfect because Kokoro will never have the emotions that 11 Labs had. At a given point, I'll just have to buckle down and basically hire for a bit people to train the voices So actually act as voice models for Tulip and Daisy. Oh, I see the redeem still works. Thank you for headpads. Yes, that's a redeem. uh, I don't remember why it's a redeem, but someone requested it some time ago, and I was just like, fuck it. I'm gonna put it. So yeah. And it's a lot long, so yeah, it's 30 seconds, I think. EP. Is that a reference to something I'm not getting? But yeah. Where were we? Oh, talking about Japan. Yeah. I want to go to Japan so much. I also want to visit the places from Initial D. I'm not gonna drift there. Heck no. I have no skills in driving at fast paces in mountains and things like those, so I thought you were game developing. I thought too, but I'm just yapping a lot. But yeah, I want to visit, like, yes. I see you found the redeems. Have you seen the video I sent in Leo React? I have it here open. I was just waiting for a point where I wasn't yapping to do it. You need a glasses redeem. Oh, I actually have that. It's just not a redeem because sometimes I want to sound smart and I'll just do this. It's an actual button I have. So it's a toggle that I made in VTube Studio so that I can toggle it on and off. Yes, I can have them. This might generally be my favorite music video ever. Huh. We can watch, because yeah, I need stuff to react to. Let me see. What the? It's gonna be for some anime. I mean, Edis isn't here right now, so it shouldn't be a problem. Give me a second. What was 168 in feet? 55 and something. What the heck happened with my eyes? Did it spawn a second set of glasses by mistake? What? Oh! I forgot these glasses do this. They look like guy in the video. Yeah. I don't know how we God's forsaken name I did this. I look like the what's it called? Evangelion. uh what was the guy's name? Uh something. This. Gendel. I look like him now. Like what the heck? I just need the hands to do the thing. I love a hard difference. When he pisses me off, I when I quit, I just pick him up and move him. That's amazing. Let me just turn off the glasses and turn them back on. See, okay, they're reset. I don't know how I did that. Plus, the glasses aren't that much attached to my face. I didn't do that much of a good job. But yeah, that's funny as heck. But yeah, I was looking like Gendo Ikari. That's amazing. I didn't remember they did that. Also, he can't reach anything at all, and I like him needing me. That dude is from Neo Genesis Shin. Yeah, I know. Tyndall, I had it open because my glasses kind of did the whole white thing, and I was like, I look like Gendo Ikari. For God's sake. I don't know how they do that, but let me see, was it something like me moving around or something like that? I don't know. It just turned off by itself. But more if you're working with like LLMs. I'm still invested in the story of the video. Yeah, the whole respawning thing. Yet I've done a similar thing. I'll show you in a bit. Let me just finish this. Okay, we can go. So remember how I said I had a laptop as a server? Yeah, I've built my own server. I basically Basically, I went to eBay. I searched for like. Okay, tips. I'll see you soon then. Bye bye. Um, I went on eBay and I searched for an Intel i7 that would be as much of a recent CPU as I could. Has had bad sort of stock. Wait, there's a stock? I don't remember putting that in. Oh, it's on cooldown. Yeah. In a few seconds it will be back. Yeah, server is just a computer that's good at some things. Yeah. So essentially, I searched for an i7. I found an i7 8700, which is amazing. It already came with a bundle, so it was the i7, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and a motherboard. Also ordered from the same shop an NVIDIA RTX 4000 because it's a more professional grade GPU. And now I have 8 gigabytes of VRAM on my server. These two are faster now at doing stuff. Because I'm running Tulip and Daisy, the LLM and TTS part, off the server. Enough for small model. I'm running a 7 billion model right now for the two of them. 7 billion with Instruct. It's one of the, what's it called? Give me a second. I'll open their settings panel. Here, it's the Quen 2.57B Instruct Q4. Yeah, I can run small LLMs on my 5070. Yeah, essentially. So yeah, I basically bought the parts. Only things I didn't buy used were the PSU, so power supply, and the case. I bought a little case. It's from from Antec. It's this one. Antec CX600M. This one specifically. It's pretty, and essentially it fits my needs because the board I have, it's a micro ATX, so yeah, I can press the power button. That I know how to do. Yeah, that's fair. For small chat stuff, yeah, yeah, that'd be easy. Yeah, very pretty. Yeah, I basically I was looking for a not expensive case, and that I basically found this one, and I was like, I like the wood part. Holy, I made sure to get myself a full ATX board because I want a lot of stuff. Fair enough. With this one, I can I can put a 16 lane card, so my NVIDIA RTX 4000, and then I can put like a RAID card, something like that. Any expansion card, but it will be on, I think it's PCI by 4, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know the specifics of the motherboard off the top of my head, but yeah, I've got the GPU, a 10 gig NIC, and a 4 times HDMI input capture card. Holy, that's a lot. But yeah, I can edit like a motherfucker. Yeah, that's amazing, honestly. I kind of suck at editing. I had to find the right tools for me to edit decently, per se, for YouTube. Honestly, for YouTube and for TikTok, everything else, like, yeah. Usually I use some tools. I have Streamladder for the shorts regarding stream. So any clips from stream. Nowadays I've been using Streamladder to basically make my life easier because I'd be editing for hours and I basically have no time to work on my other projects. So yeah, I had to cut some parts. But yeah, essentially I built this server like last week, I think. DaVinci Resolve is my bitch. With me, it's a software called KDN Live. It's free and it's easy to use. So for someone like me that doesn't have much knowledge on editing, it's amazing. Before that, it was CapCut. But yeah. Meanwhile, I didn't show this to Tibbs, but it's in my Discord server as well, so he must have seen it by now. I run my friend's YouTube channel. That's amazing. I used Premiere and was fairly good at Premiere. I've worked with back in the days where I had a Minecraft YouTube channel, but let's just say it was a pirate way, per se. I sailed the seven seas. I then I decided I'm a cheapskate, so I got DaVinci instead. DaVinci, I can't for the life of me get my head around it. Just too complex for me. Or his fan channel, because his main one is banned. Ooh, that sucks. Yeah, that really sucks. And now I'm talking about Spark, I make no sense. Yeah. Join the club, buddy. Supposedly today was a game development stream. I've been yapping for 2 hours straight. I have an ad break going on and I'm still yapping. Only thing I've done is showcase how my game is. Yeah, he had a crazy stalker that... Oh, that really sucks, yeah. Oh boy. Hope he managed to get rid of the stalker, because that's really a shitty situation. But yeah, my goal was game develop. I've basically done nothing. But he's nearly 140k followers on here, so he's doing... Bloody hell, that's amazing. Holy. That's really amazing, honestly. Not anyone can do that. Yeah, the wrong... Bloody hell! Was a mess, yeah. I can see that. 900,000. Holy! That's amazing. And here I am struggling to get 500. Fanboying can pay. I can see that. In my case, what kind of kills my momentum on YouTube is my specific niche. Because not many are looking for basically a developing VTuber that works in game development. Not many are looking for that, so I'm basically on a certain niche that doesn't get much search per se. Yeah, I can see that. I don't mean that in a bad way. Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. Like, I've been going over the data every now and then, and yeah. Certain topics, like if I do a tutorial for Godot, it might get some reach. The shorts do get some reach, but ever since the start of the year, it's been limited compared to what it was. What has been driving some more, how should I say it, some more reach, has been doing short streams on YouTube. So I do this stream here on Twitch, and I do a vertical stream on YouTube at the same time. So that the YouTube channel does get some reach and does help gaining some more popularity on it. But besides that, shorts have been starting popping off again since I've started doing more regular shorts at given points. But yeah, but you'd have to be like sexual and all, and that comes with problems, yeah. That's the thing with my specific niche. I can't do the sort of things the other VTubers do, per se. Because I can't do basically the... Not NSFW, but like flirting and everything like that on stream with other streamers, because it kind of gets complicated. So yeah, shorts are the way to go. That's how we got, I guess, so big. Yeah. Yeah. That's basically what I've been told and what I've seen from my own experience. I had my channel at like, what was it, 80 subscribers before I started streaming. Yeah, it's, yeah. Yeah. Funny enough, I started streaming as a VTuber because I got inspired by Arizakana and Yokasiri, because they are my two Oshis from VTubing, and I kind of was like, they seem to be having fun as VTubers. Let me try that. I've tried with like PNGs, but it didn't seem that much fun. And so I tried VTubing and I've loved it ever since. It's really fun, honestly. But yeah, I started with like 80 subscribers on my YouTube. I currently am sitting on 280 a year later, give or take. I've been following a strategy where I post video shorts at 1 a.m. my time and 3 p.m. my time, which usually is where I get more interactions with. So, like his chat is extremely partial, so I quit nodding and just do his YouTube because of his chat. Damn. Yeah, I can see that. I really don't like when chats get when a streamer gets too popular. Sorry to say this, but I don't like when it gets to the point where they are like too popular and the chat is basically a scrolling wall of text, and basically you can't read anything in chat. I don't like that experience as a viewer. Um, I've basically been there when a lot of streamers I supported would get to that point, and just kind of started losing interest because I couldn't interact with the streamer like I would before. Um, I've also moderated for chats like those, and yeah, it was a pain in the ass, not gonna lie. Holy, I still remember those days. I was basically almost doing moderating all the time. Yeah, that wasn't easy. I moderated for the build keynote on YouTube. Ooh, yeah, you already mentioned that. How was the experience? Because I do guess that chat was also spamming a lot. That's why I find and support small ones. I was with Taiga in the very beginning. Yeah, I also try to support the smaller streamers when I can. It was very spammy, very. Yeah, I can imagine why. But yeah, I also try to support smaller streamers as much as I can. I have my close group, but I also try to venture out into other streamers when I can. Uh, I say this standing with like an average of 3 viewers, but who cares? But yeah, I do try to support even technical support for streamers that belong to my group. So yeah, I did another stint on day 2, way more chill. At least that. That's holy. Had one ban on day 2, and I think we did something like 400 during the keynote. Oh, bloody hell. Because people can't be here, yeah. Long story short, one of his parasocial cycles did a 250,000 dono, which he banned him, refunded, and it got so much. I think I've heard a story like that. That story sounds very familiar to me for some reason. I think I've read about that on Twitter or something like that for some reason. Because now that you mention it, that sounds so fucking familiar to me for some reason. I don't know. It might have been my VTuber who heard of it. Yeah, Tiger Hulk. Yeah, I've heard. I know who they are. Yeah. It's a whole thing of doing massive donations and then doing chargebacks because again, poopsicles. Yeah, I know of that. Yeah, and basically Twitch doesn't have any protections against that, so neither Twitch nor some donation platforms, and it gets messy. Sometimes it's PayPal chargebacks, and it goes directly to our PayPals, and that's another mess because it affects us directly. So yeah, it's a whole fucking mess right now to be a streamer, and yeah. I had to fly out to him because he was terrified. Dude somehow found him even though we locked his info down so tight and showed up at his house. Bloody hell, that reminds me of when Kamimi got like a stalker doing the same fucking thing. Like, that's so horrible. I hope he's okay, because holy, that really sucks. I've heard so many VTubers having to experience that. It's so crazy. Like, to be parasocial to that level, you just are fucking insane in the membrane. Like, bloody hell. He's doing great now. Okay, at least that, because holy. There's also been like another, in quotation marks, I don't have my avatar with arms, so I can do quotation marks with my fingers. But in quotation marks, there's been a streamer, in quotation marks, that's been going around proliferating basically female VTubers, and he's a piece of shit. That's doing even worse. No arms would do this to you. Me. I basically turned off the arms because I don't have the design skills to do the arms for this model. We're close to getting his YouTube channel back and all. Okay, I hope he can get the YouTube channel back, because holy, that sounds like an awful experience. I don't get it. Like, you get obsessed with a model and the person you know absolutely nothing about. Yeah, that's what doesn't make sense to me. Like, you build this kind of relationship with the streamer you don't know anything about outside of stream, like, and you just hyper focus on it so much to develop something akin to love. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, holy, the stories I've heard about it. Well, and get people obsessed over streamers as well. I mean, if you're after that kind of content, there's sites out there for exactly. I find models and personalities cute, but in a fun way. Like, I don't get it. Same here. Like, I like Cerber because she has an amazing singing voice. So she's one of my Oshis. I love Aries and Yokasiri because they are lunatics when they're together. Like, I love their interactions with each other. Like, and that's the thing. They are my Oshis. They are people I'd love to interact with, but like in a friendly way at most. Like, would be crazy to collab with people like that, but yeah. At most, like, I don't get this kind of parasocial things. It's just crazy. Not, I'm not gonna lie. Tiger baited the parasocial audience. He knew what he was doing, but it's still online model. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you don't know how we look behind the model. Like, of course, I have my public identity that's tied to my channel, but many VTubers don't. And in my case, it's because my portfolio is directly tied to the stream, because my game development projects are my portfolio. I have broken through into VTubing until you've had a Google Doc drop on you. Ah, yes. Luckily, I've never done anything that deserves a Google Doc drop, I think. Also, did it do the whole... Oh, okay, no. Yeah, but you aren't baiting us. Well, yeah, fair enough. Like, I'm just being myself. At the start, I was like doing a personality, like trying to be a teacher, like, but now I'm just myself. Like, the two kind of merged into one. You don't have to deserve it, yeah. Yeah, just cross the wrong people and yeah, you get a Google Docky. Once you go big, it will happen at some point, yeah, basically. And what happens next is up to you sometimes. But yeah. I don't know. Just crazy world out there, not gonna lie. We just basically came out of dealing with a, how should I say it, an asshole in the VTuber space, because there was a guy that had multiple fucking Twitter accounts going on every fucking female VTuber in existence, trying to slide into their DMs and trying to friend them. Who are we talking about? I can't say the name, and I don't remember the exact name because he has multiple fucking accounts. And last I've heard, he's been signed into a psych ward because it got to a fucking point where he was doing, he was talking with minors, asking for pictures. There's proof. So what I'm talking about, TikTok. What do you mean multiple accounts? That's 10 out of 10 account name, buddy. I love it. But yeah, I know who. Okay, good. Uh, but yeah, I think we finally drove him off Twitter, and he's now in a psych ward, supposedly, from last I've heard about it. But yeah, it's basically complicated. That account may have been at some point in the future bought. 10 out of 10. I love it. Did I drop on the wrong time? No, no, no. I'm just yapping a lot. Sorry about that. I supposedly should be doing game dev, but we've been yapping so much. Yeah, should be. Thank you for the follow. Um, but yeah, the guy, like, he was absolute scum. Like, and I don't say that term lightly. When I call someone scum, it's because they are scum and really scum. Like, you have to get to a certain point for me to call you any kind of basically bad words. Because fucking hell. And basically, he had tried to do something and tried to basically do an expose on a VTuber I know and have interacted with because they're Portuguese as well. And from then on, basically, we went on full attack on him because the fucking guy was an asshole. And the way he basically degraded women and everything like that, it was awful. So yeah, we basically had to be always eyes on him because he was getting to a point it was a menace online. No one wanted him around. So I hope he gets some help in the psych ward he's at the moment. If yeah, he actually went to one. And yeah, hope he becomes a better person because fucking hell, that was awful to see. But yeah, that's basically been the VTubing space in like the last month or so. I don't remember when it started. I just remember it was a few awful months. So yeah, the VTubing community is very cutthroat. Yeah, at the drop of the knife, you're basically almost with a knife to your neck if you do something wrong. Then you have the assholes that pretend they are VTubers when they are not, just to get in DMs. There's a lot of them. It's just not just one guy, there's a lot of them. Then there's the bots that pretend to be VTubers. It's just fucking mess sometimes. But yeah. Welcome to VTubing. Where either you have your own group or you're basically in your own corner or you're fucked. I honestly hate keeping up with the drama, but I do try and steer Tiger from not doing collabs with certain ones, yeah. I do try to keep myself updated in some drama to avoid certain collabs, but right now it just might tighten it like friend groups, so at most I collab with friends that I know and I know I won't have problems with them. So yeah, outside of that, unless it's someone I've interacted with and I've basically have had some chats with, I might collab, but I'll do a background check because you never know. Yeah, you never know what's gonna happen to someone. Yeah, exactly. Like at a given point, that person might drop like some sort of might get some accusations dropped against them that are basically disgusting to look at. So you never know, and then you will be associated to that person, as has happened a lot in the community. So yeah, it's a whole mess. Hence why I don't actively look for collabs. If I know the person and we get along nicely, yeah, I might collab. Yeah, I've gotten Tiger to do a collab with a few drama tubers because I trust them more than regular VTubers. Exactly. Because you never know what to expect. It's like a box of chocolate. Wait, what was the full quote? Life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you'll get. So yeah, you might get a really positive person, and you might get someone that's basically has some disgusting skeletons in the closet, just waiting to pop out. So yeah, you never know what to expect. And it's funny as heck, isn't it? But yeah, at least from the people I've been following, I don't see anyone that has been involved in drama, which is good. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a messed up world in general. As a streamer, you have to have way too many precautions, not like step on a landmine. One day you were doing collab, the next day person you collab with is a monster. Yeah, essentially that. So many cases that has happened in the last few years. But the Google Doc culture is also insane as fuck. Yeah, the duckies. uh, every time a ducky drops, I just get like my timeline full of it because it just difficult to avoid at a certain point. I follow way too many people on Twitter, and yeah, there's a really big chance it's gonna be recommended to me for some reason. So yeah, it's very fun. Although I try to fill my timeline with, give me a second, where is the button? Ta-da! With this plushie. Or in this case, the character, that's the plushie. Because there's a character in Oshinoko that I absolutely adore, and it's Memcho. So I try to fill my timeline with just that, just to purify myself. And I always love how it starts, hey, I don't like drama, but here's 50 pages of drama. Yeah, essentially that. The less dockies I've ever seen. Am I the only one that's actually worthless at this whole vibing thing? I set up Umbraco. I told it to do a one-on-one conversion from the publicly available site over to Umbraco, and the bloody thing doesn't work. Huh. I've never worked with that, honestly. Are you trying to vibe code? Is that what you're trying to do? Because I think I've never even heard of Umbraco. Oh, it's a CMS for .NET. I see. I've honestly never worked with this. Trying to move my company site from a CMS to another CMS. Okay, I see. Like, you do love drama, or you wouldn't be dropping a Google Doc. Yeah, basically. The plot is super cute, yeah. It's this character here. Where is it? Show her. Yeah, let's just say I adore her. So I have a full collection of like I basically have the full Oshinoko collection so far of mangas, and I have a lot of basically figures. I don't have an up-to-date picture. Calm down there, Personal. Hey, hey, hey! It's she's a character in an anime, so yeah. Uh, hey, Dragon Slayer, welcome on in. I saw you followed while I was offline. Welcome on in. If it's the first time, I'm basically a game developer VTuber. I'm working on a 2D Metroidvania in Godot, and I basically am joined by my two VTuber daughter, AI VTuber daughter co-hosts, Tulip and Daisy. Tulip is awfully chaotic. Daisy is calm and collected. Pick your poison. Yeah, I know, I know. I'm just playing around as well. But yeah, I have like a lot of figures of her because I just like her character. So yeah. I also have an Android that I bought at an anime convention lately, and it's very fun. Dude, you could actually do well doing what you are doing. You are a lot of fun in the nerd frame, but I think has fair enough. Thank you for that, because it's not very recognized apparently. But yeah, thank you for those kind words. I do try my best, and I've also heard I have a voice for radio for some reason. I do try to keep a certain level of voice because this is not normally my talking voice. I just force it a bit to be a bit lower and more calm per se, so it's more pleasant to hear. Because normally it's a bit more high pitched. technically. I was waiting for the whole drama conversation to end. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I've been on a yapping spree today. I'm really sorry about that. uh, but yeah. Wait. Yes. Do go on. I'm waiting. It's more high pitch. Yeah, kinda. Right now I can't switch back to how my voice is, but um normally it's a bit high pitched compared to this. I do try to keep I haven't done much training with my voice, but I do try to keep it low so it's more pleasant. I think if I talk in Portuguese, it's more noticeable because I have this weird thing where my English accent and my Portuguese accent have two different voice types. It's weird, but if I showcase me speaking Portuguese, you can notice that my voice is so different. I don't know, high pitched isn't bad for a guy. Yeah, kind of. Also, doesn't help that my throat is dry, so it forces a lower voice for me. You're fine, I just didn't have any input, is all. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Ah, it goes with the fanboy lore. Yeah. But yeah, for example, I'm gonna try speaking in Portuguese. See if you can spot some differences. Portanto, isto é como eu basicamente sou em português. Yeah, é um bocadinho diferente. A minha voz tipo, troca completamente. What I just said was this is how I sound in Portuguese. My voice is basically completely different. My somehow my brain like switches the voice automatically when I am talking in Portuguese and when I'm talking in English. It's basically out of my control. That sounded Russian. Yeah. It's a bit common with with my accent for some reason. Everyone says I sound Russian when I speak Portuguese. No offense, I don't know either language. Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. It's just the way we talk, supposedly. Sorry, I was writing a prompt. I've spent 10% of my monthly tokens and I've pretty much nothing good out of it. Damn, I've been using Claude for some things. Claude Code actually works better than others I've tried. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that it's amazing, just better for certain use cases. Apologies. Again, as I've said in the start of stream, I hiccup a lot during streams for some reason. I think it's because I talk too much and I drink a lot of liquids while I'm on stream. Somehow my stomach says you're gonna hiccup. That's why I'd really like to have a local device that I can just iterate until you're done. Yeah. If that takes a couple of hours, who cares? Yeah. I can try to make that work with my server. I could try to do like a few tests, see how it performs with the RTX 4000, and I could talk about it, but I still need to configure a lot of things for that to happen, because right now I have essentially the TTS is always running on memory, and I have to keep a certain VRAM size. Oh, Taiga, thank you for the sub. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Okay, you can notice in this voice clip as well. In this voice clip, my voice sounds completely different. You were supposed to thank for the subscription, Daisy. You failed. Is there a relatable? Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. I really thank you for subscribing. But yeah, now you basically had a bit of a showcase on the difference from my voice like 3 or 4 months ago, or maybe longer. I don't know when I recorded that voice line. Wait, hype train. What the heck? You need more KV cache context to run coding properly. Okay, fair enough. I kind of need to see if it's worth running some sort of coding thing on my server. But I think it would be too much of an expense. I don't know. Worries for the future. Oh, but now I saw it was saying the hype train is 1 out of 10. Okay. It didn't start. Yeah, 6k is a lot. Yeah. I can see that. Normally, memory is expensive at the moment. True. Also that. If I didn't buy the server parts in a bundle, I'd be screwed. Because I'd be looking at the 500, like 500 euro or more expense just on the motherboard, CPU, and memory for an outdated CPU and motherboard. And DDR4. Not DDR5, DDR4. And I'm just like giving a random number because I don't know the specifics of how much I'd be spending, but it's 500 or even more just on that. The GPU itself was almost 300. So yeah, I had to invest a lot. And honestly, it's worth the gamble I took because the server is performing amazingly compared to when I was running on a laptop. Like, it was a gamble, but it's paying off. Their models are faster. I can put a better model that I had running locally. I can put a TTS system on top of it. I can handle the databases better. Everything is buttery smooth. Just the starting point of Tulip and Daisy like starting up, that's a bit slower because the model needs to like warm up a bit before it's ready to go. But besides that, they are amazing. They might not work as well as when I was running on open router. Sorry, sometimes I stutter a bit, so yeah, do keep that in mind. But when I was running in open router, it had a 265B model, and that basically is that would require a lot of GPU power for me to do exactly. So what I'm doing right now is basically running a 7B, which is the most I can run without basically hogging up all the VRAM just in the LLM itself. If I put a higher model, it will start consuming too much VRAM. And right now, how I have Tulip and Daisy only works best with their specific model that I have, the Qwen 2.5 or Qwen 3, because their prompts are better towards Qwen. Yeah, 3.5 is pretty good. I haven't tried a 3.5. I might try it, just see how it's different. But the issue is, last week we tried with other models. I don't remember which off the top of my head, but we tried a lot of different models, and their responses weren't just it. They were like completely off. You didn't have any like chaotic energy from Tulip. You didn't have the whole wise person from Daisy. It just felt too off. Well, now I have a bit of a medium ground between how it was and what basically is not acceptable right now. So yeah, I still need to do a lot of improvements. Like their voice models need to be a bit more fine-tuned. I need to fine-tune the model itself. Maybe make more emotional part. I want to try and make a game. I can try to teach that when I'm not yapping. But yeah, I'd say if you want to try and make a game, try to come up with some fun ideas that you'd play, because that's how I started. I started with like game jams, because I already have the coding knowledge and some experience with the engine itself. So I was like, I'm gonna start with a game jam. I want to make. I want to make yaoi. Golly. With that, I can't help because I'm not an expert on that one. But yeah, to make a game, it's good to have an idea. At the time, I was watching. I was watching a streamer. I don't remember his name, but he was doing a game jam, and I was like, "What's that? Can you explain to me what the game jam is and basically what exactly am I supposed to do during that?" And it was like, "Oh, it's fun. You basically get like from 3 days to maybe a week or a month to basically come up with an idea that matches a theme that we give, and you basically have to develop the game and you just publish it on itch, and basically everyone evaluates and gives feedback on the game." And so that was the first game jam I participated, and I made a game called Quest for Bards. I don't think it's still up on my itch page, or I've hidden it because it's not that good. Yes, sir. Leo.itch.io. Let me see if I can find it, because I have access to it because I am the owner. But I am guessing it's hidden. I have a lot of hidden games because they weren't my best things. But yeah, this is the first game I ever made. Oh, I never even published it. Oh crap. There's a really big chance that I've lost the actual game, because I don't have the source code for this one. I do remember I had Game Jolt as well. Let me see. I do know I have a Game Jolt page. Let me see if I have any games here. No, it's just Chess War. This was a more recent one. Yeah, I think I've lost Quest for Bards. It's not there. Unless it's the demo and I try to do a full game. Okay, it's the demo. It's here. It doesn't have like any screenshots or anything. This at the time was basically just me experimenting around with stuff. I can try downloading it and see if I can play it. I don't remember where the source code is. I think it's in Visual Studio Team Services. I think it was what it was called. I think now it's Azure DevOps, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, if I go here and do extract here. Okay, it's here. This icon was made in Photoshop, like really assets pasted together, something like that. Okay, it's here. Let me... Oh, you freaking idiot, past me. You didn't code the sound part. Give me a second. Open volume mixer. Because the music is very loud. But yeah, essentially, I grabbed assets online and just smashed them together in Unity. I grabbed some sort of font that wasn't royalty, basically wasn't copyrighted or anything, and I made this game. This is a platformer. You can choose to be good or evil, because I think... Let me see. Did I put the topic in here? In the game page? Platform... Okay, team. Game where you must find bards while being torn between the forces of good and evil. I kind of took the theme to heart, which normally in game jams you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to be creative with the teaming. So what I did was it was essentially a platformer where you basically collect bards. I even did checkpoints. You can see like I wasn't experienced with tiling and everything like that because there's a lot of errors. Like you can see the lines and everything like that. The jumping part isn't good. And you could see that you were basically floating. I think you can't kill these. Oh, you can. You just need to jump specifically on the head. Possessed X Knight, yeah. And then, yeah, the jumping is basically way off, and you get here, you find a bard. And that's the game. You completed the game! Smiley face. Yeah, this is basically my first ever game jam game. It basically plays an fanfare at the end. And yeah, that's a game. Basically, I did this in like 2-3 days, if I remember correctly. While having work as well. Because at the time I was working at my first job. And yeah, pretty good compared to me. Trust me, you can do this and much more if you put your mind to it. Try to go watch some YouTube tutorials on your specific game engine and how to get started. Try to gain experience first with the game engine, and if it has a programming language specifically, get familiar with it. Find the best assets for basically helping with the game development part, because most game jams allow you to use external assets, and essentially try to find the game jam that fits what you basically have as an experience. For example, starting off, I wouldn't advise a 2 to 3 days game jam, because it's a very, very short amount of time to make something amazing if you're a beginner. Try to go for game jams that are like 2 weeks to a month, because you have time to basically design your game completely. You have time to basically get familiar with the engine itself, and more making a game. You can basically have time to test the game, see if you find any bugs, develop a sense for basically testing bugs, finding common mistakes in the development part. And yeah, essentially, also never forget, always try to be submitting your game before the time. Like, at least like 6 hours before the deadline for the game jam. Because mistakes happen, and sometimes the platform itself might have problems. And if you try to submit like a few minutes before, it's most likely not gonna work. Think of it as a university paper, or basically school work. You don't submit it like at the last minute. You submit it with some time, so in case something happens, you can just fix it. So yeah, always try to keep that in mind. Don't basically, how should I say it? Don't undermine yourself, like thinking, I can't do that, this is too much for me. You can do it. Trust me. We all had a starting point. Like, I started as basically just a high school student, just basically ending their high school degree and thinking, where do I want to go with my life? I have coding experience, I have IT technician experience. Where do I want to go? And I was like, I love playing games. What if I try to make one? So I spent like 2 years researching into how game development works. Tried to master a language. At the time, I sucked at C#, which was one of the languages from Unity that Unity supports. I mean, and I was like, okay, Unity seems like something that fits what I try to do, like fits my needs, and it has the coding elements, something I can actually code. So I'm gonna go with Unity. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna do a lot of basically dumb projects just to build a repertoire, build skills, know how the engine itself works. I watched Brackeys because Brackeys had amazing tutorials for Unity. Fair point. My whole YouTube timeline is a bit messed up because I have a lot of things I watch. So yeah. But yeah, I went to and saw Brackeys. He was the first game development YouTuber I ever watched. And he has amazing tutorials, better than mine, like completely night and day difference. I wish one day I could make videos like him, but yeah, he explained everything, like how to program in C Sharp, how to make games, like where to start, advanced like game development points. Like I learned a lot from him. Like if I'm a game developer now, I owe it to him because he was like a teacher to me. I don't mean it in a parasocial way. I mean it like his videos were what gave me the knowledge I needed. So yeah, that's one of my advices. Always look for tutorials on what you want to do. For example, apologies, my throat basically dried out. That's what happens when I talk too much. It reminds you of a funny story from school, if you want to tell about it. But yeah, I've lately for Code Tulip, I've been watching a series from Michael Games. He's also amazing at teaching, like in this case, about Metroidvanias, because I had no idea about every concept of Metroidvanias, and he explains it in such a detailed way that I basically arrived at this point with Code Tulip in 7 months, give or take. Of course, it could have already been at a more advanced stage. It's just that with all work stress that I had at my previous work, I had a few months where I wasn't feeling up to up to standard for game development. Like I wasn't feeling as creative. I wasn't basically in the right mindset for it, and so basically Code Tulip didn't advance throughout those months. And yeah, right now I've dedicated like a day just to polish up the tile map because the tiles looked bad. Now they look a bit more modern per se. I basically tried to design them in a better way. I tried to do lighting. Like the lighting here now is a bit better, which is something I like about the game now. Um, Now it also has like scene transitions, although the next scene doesn't do anything yet. Right now I also have a cheat menu just so I can cheat out some parts, like skip ahead. I can do this, and I basically reload to a save where I'm a bit more advanced, and I can just go and do this. Oh. Okay, I forgot, but I think the scene transitions are a bit broken. I need to see what's going on. Because, yeah, I need to fix that. So basically, I was taking an important test. I don't remember which one, but I know it was important. And in the middle of taking it, the teacher I was taking it with stood up and decided to take my test without telling me the reason. That's weird. Did they like suspect you were cheating or something? Because besides that, I don't see a logical reason why a teacher would do that. Like, either they suspected you were cheating and even still not telling you why is weird. Like, holy, that sounds so weird. Like, I'd openly protest against the teacher about that. Like, or either openly protest or basically just go tell my course, what's it called? The guiding cons, not actually a guiding counselor, but yeah, I hope not. She just said, give it here. What the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. Like, it was just you, so it wasn't because of the time. It wasn't because of cheating, supposedly. We're gonna go off on that one. So I don't see any other logical reason why a teacher would do that. Because either they suspected something from you, or there's actually no other valid reason except time. But for time, she'd have to collect everyone's tests, not just yours. Something in logic ain't logicking here. So yeah. I don't know. I brushed it off. I still got through high school anyway. Fair enough. That's what matters. Uh, in my case, I had to repeat a year because, funny enough, I'm Portuguese and I suck at Portuguese. Doesn't that make any sense? Huh? But yeah, I basically failed at. I failed at the Portuguese class because here's the thing about me. When I was younger, I hated reading, like with a burning passion. Actually, even now, I barely read in Portuguese. I mostly read in English because I feel more comfortable reading in English. Because somehow my English level is way higher than my Portuguese one. Even though I'm a natural born Portuguese, I basically always think, always read, always, almost always speak in English. Like, it's just that thing with me. Like, I resonate more with English than with Portuguese. So it's weird. But yeah, I hated reading. The Portuguese classes were mostly about reading comprehension, basically making short stories. So I sucked at that. Like, ask me to resume, not resume, but what's it called? Is it essentially ask me to write about a story I've read? In Portuguese, it's not gonna go well. English, you might get a better reaction for me on that one. Uh, but yeah, I don't know. I just suck at it. Like, and Portuguese literature at certain points in high school is a bit complicated because I'm gonna lore drop you guys on something. There's a book that's being taught in high school that's that contains incest, basically. short short story on that one. It contains incest. Yeah. That's very fun. I heard the incest. What? Yeah. I don't know if there's an English translation for the book, but if you search, let me see, Os Maias English, the Mayas. Okay, there is an English translation for this book. Sounds like so to me. Yeah. Is it like step bro? Help step bro? I'm stuck. No, no, no. Actual blood brother and sister. Yeah. Yeah. Essentially that. Like I can ask here, like to search for the incest part, and in the classic Portuguese novel Os Maias by Asset Queiroz, the incest involves Carlos de Maia and Maria Eduarda. Unaware they are biological siblings, they fall deeply in love and begin a romantic affair. They don't know they're siblings because at a certain point in the story they are separated at like an early stage, so they don't know each other. They just meet, begin a romantic relationship, and some people know they are blood related. Yeah. The discovery. Carlos and Maria Eduardo are the children of Pedro and Maria, and they were separated in childhood after the mother abandoned the family. They unknowingly meet and begin a relationship. That's a rough prank to pull, yeah. But if they don't know, is it really that weird? If you are a bystander and you know it's weird for you, for them, no, because they don't know. They are oblivious to the fact. As a reader, it's awkward to read. And trust me, it was awkward as fuck. The revelation. Their grandfather, Alphonse, eventually receives a letter that reveals that Maria is Carol's sister. And yeah, then it gets a bit complicated and stuff like that, yeah. Portuguese literature at its best. It teach this to kids in high school. Ain't that fun? But we are also taught other things, like we are taught about the Portuguese discoveries. Give me a second. For some reason, my iPhone is not charging, and the tracker is basically losing power because of that. Okay, is it fixed now? Okay, it should be. Yeah. Essentially, my iPhone basically flashed the low power, low battery, and the tracking stopped. So yeah, I had to fix that. Supposedly it's charging now, so it should be fine. Emphasis on should. Yeah. Yeah, we also were taught about the Portuguese discoveries. We had tales of the discoveries themselves. We had basically one of the books was about traveling a certain canal in basically the lower part of Africa. I don't remember how it's called in English. Um, we normally call it the Torment Canal, Canal das Tormentas, which contains a mythological beast. According to legend, that's basically the Adamastor. I think it properly translates into English. Yeah, mythological crystal character, the Adamastor. Uh, Basically created by Luís Camões, which is one of the most popular Portuguese poets. And yeah, in this tale, it basically goes into detail about how they managed to escape that mythological creature and arrived at India for one of the first discoveries we made, besides Brazil. And basically, I don't think it goes much into the whole trading thing with India and everything like that. It's just about traveling through that specific region to get to the new world. Because at the time we didn't know about Asia, we didn't know much about America, and basically we discovered a lot of things because of that. We also made some trades with Japan at a given time. But yeah, that's basically it. That's one of the other books that's taught. We are taught about the Odyssey, which is amazing. At the time I read the book and I saw the film that was made. It was a live action film. I don't remember much of it, but I remember loving the Odyssey from the first moment I saw it. So yeah, it's amazing. Besides that, I don't remember much. It's mostly historical kind of tales per se. And then you have another author, which is Fernando Pessoa, which has a lot of alter egos per se, and each alter ego has a writing style matching their personality. So you basically sometimes play a game where you try to identify who is who, and at a given point he actually kills an alter ego as well, which is just crazy. But yeah, that's been me yapping for 3 hours straight. No work done, just yapping. Ah, this is amazing. But yeah, I think it's close to my signing off time because I normally only stream until midnight 30 at most because I get tired easily while streaming. But watching a nerd out is interesting. There's gonna be more chances for that. Don't worry. Also, oh, okay. Now it's set as a term. I'm gonna murder automod. Yeah, sorry about that. I usually have automod turned on because there's a lot of bad people out there, so I normally have to keep my chat in check because I've had people trying to harass me at a given point, so yeah, normally that stays on, so I can just basically hide it and it not doesn't even show up in the chat overlay. So yeah, just gets completely erased if it's bad. Get you a decent mod, bro. Oh, Tibbs is a decent mod. I trust him. Just that he's not available at all times, so you don't even I have to even feed him. Yeah, I just lock him in the basement. Sometimes I might throw a bone, so yeah. I'm joking, I'm joking. I hope to one day be able to pay my mods. But yeah, right now as an indie, I can't do anything like that. Maybe one day when I basically I spent a long time in Tiger's basement, right? No one pays mods. A certain streamer called Pirate Software disagrees. He says he pays mods, so. But I don't know. After everything that's come out about him, I don't know if I even want to trust that information or anything. To say that I've learned from him some stuff, yeah, he's insane. Yep. The stuff we've learned about him in the last year or so, holy. I used to be a big fan of him and would interact with him a lot. Even I was even part of his Diablo 4 guild, but after that, fuck no, I never interacted with him again. I may give him credit for some of the knowledge I have about the game development world, but that is as far as I go. Like, besides that, I don't want anything to do with him. Like, fucking hell. He, like, the things we discovered from him are just, oh, like, fucking hell. And maybe one day they'll discover even more, who knows. But yeah, I think I'm gonna sign off for now, because I'm basically tired and my throat is saying, if you continue talking, I'm gonna essentially die here. Also, I joined your Discord if you ever need tips or anything with YouTube. That okay? Thank you very much. I'll appreciate that. But yeah, if I ever need it, I will ask. Thank you for that. But yeah, I'll see you guys basically tomorrow because there is another stream. Hopefully, I can do game development tomorrow or maybe play a game, something like that. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night, good day, good afternoon, wherever you are. And yeah, class dismissed.